Hi, welcome to Incredible World of Testing. If you go to page 163, okay, this is part 6. I was talking to my nephew recently, Sobrina, who's going to take the B2 exam in a month, I think. And we're talking about this one being probably the hardest reading. Remember, it's the one you have missing sentences, okay, and you have to put the sentence in the correct place. Now this has to do with coherence and cohesion, okay? The ideas must be logically connected, and then you need these connections, okay? So first of all, so a woman who flew with migrating swans business. You read the title, and you get, and this information is enough for you to know what this is about, okay? From Russia to England, 11,000 kilometers, okay? So how did she do it? You'll find out, but this is, you have the basic idea. Procedure for this: you start reading. When you get to the gap, there are two things you should do. Guess, okay, what may be missing because of the meaning, okay, and then try to predict the connections. The connections are, for example, well, this is not really, because this it is for emphasis. It's not it, but it says also, okay. So something happened in South America and something else happened also. So in South America, so perhaps something else happened in South America, so you have something. Then the migrating route of these birds, okay, so these birds appear before the swans, so perhaps here you still have the swans. You're not going to have a different animal if these birds refers to the swans, okay, so you have to make sure there's a connection, etc. Okay, so this is what you can do. Notice there are two more here. Try to find the connections are, as I've said, words like it, although in this case it isn't, these, it, his, her, and then connectors. Let's see if we have, well, the connectors, an example would be also, which means you are adding something. It's always the okay, so you should do this. Try to predict for each of the gaps what's missing, potential evidence, and then you start reading. Example, do A, okay, preparation began in earnest. So preparation for what? So something was decided, and then after you decided to do it, you started preparing, perhaps. Okay, it taught me. So something that was done before taught me. So you have to find connection. Their action plan. So someone's action plan has to be plural before. Okay, have inspired them. Okay, there were lows during the trip, so probably something is being mentioned, and then everything was fun. In general, it was fantastic. There were lows, of course, so this is a bit of contrast, probably. So the idea is that you read the sentence and you more or less know where it is, and you try to place it, and then you try to find connections. Apart from the connections we've said, connectors, also, however, and pronouns like it, them, or their. It's not really a pronoun, but it's a possessive adjective, which tells you that you have a plural noun before. Try to find paraphrases, repetitions, synonyms, similar words. Okay, perhaps you have birds, or birds, animals. Okay, so you may have synonyms or repetition or similar words. Okay, succeed, they did it successfully. These are connections that will help you. Okay, so I'm going to give you the answers in 3, 2, 1. Make sure you've done it. Answers. Okay, ready? B, G, F, A. Okay, you're gonna stop it. I'm going to scroll down. And these two. I think it's E. I can't understand my handwriting very well. E and 42 D. Yes. Okay, so now try to find the connections for those that you got wrong and for those that you got right, and you want to show why. Try to understand why. Okay, as many connections as possible. Okay, so I'm going to show you the connections. So we can get lucky. Oh, fantastic. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Make sure you have the connection. So the connection here. So she spent time there. This, it, taught her, okay, so her spending time there taught her the value of telling the stories of conservation, okay, finding ways of involving people. It was also that I was introduced to, so introduced to is I learned, okay, or taught. No, I was taught, I was introduced to, so you have, okay, two things that she learned there. So also in South America, okay, so this is the connection. Then next one, G, it's talking about it had to be done urgently, and G talks about their action plan. So they said, these people said, so their plan wasn't quick enough. Something had to be done urgently is what I told you. Similar words, urgently, it wasn't quick enough. So that's the connection. Okay. Also, yes, that's it. Like it is the it is the plan. The action plan, it is in the same place. Okay. So that's G. Next one is F. You have the connection of paramotoring is still unusual enough that it fascinates people. That's why people, okay, are here now questioning, because they are fascinated. Where have you come from? Exactly. So whenever I would land, because it says paramoting, so when you are paramoting and you land, okay, that's the idea. The idea is that you could paramote. I think it's like hang gliding but with an engine. So you're like flying. Okay. So this is the idea, is using paramoting, and this broad questioning. Okay. And 40A, so there's the idea, no? The paramotor, this is where the idea comes in. And then A says preparation began. This preparation, okay, I can do it like this, so we got permission, that is part of the preparation. I practice, that is part of the preparation. Okay, so these two sentences are part of this preparation for her to be able to do it. So that's it. Next. Okay, so we have E. Has sentence brought the challenges. Okay, so the challenges are changing weather patterns, predation, and the disappearance. Okay, these are major issues, these are challenges. And that's the example, is that only 150 out of 18,000 swans have made it. Okay, so these are the challenges. People realize the challenges. These are the challenges, major issues. Then D, I hope I will have inspired them. So many people find it hard, or found it hard in the past. Okay, so inspire these people as them. Then we cared so much. So my human effort is an example of we cared so much, and they refers to them. Okay, and then take an interest, that's similar to have inspired. And these are the connections. Okay, this is what I can do. Some are harder than others. Okay, but if you just guess like more or less, I think this one, sometimes you may get lucky, sometimes you won't. So as far as possible, you should try to find as many connections as physically possible to have higher chances of getting it right. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.